Disgraced former Congressman George Santos isn't ready to face the music just yet, particularly when the music come in the form of a prison sentence. So obviously he has legal troubles outstanding. And in those, he's requested a few more months to come up with more than $500,000 in court fines. He says he needs money to raise it because he's basically tapped out, but he thinks with a few months he could raise it thanks to his podcast, Pants on Fire with George Santos, which, regardless of what you think about George Santos, is a pretty good cover image for a podcast. It's pretty awesome. I need to up my game. That said, he wrote a letter to his judge saying he needs more time. It's $580,000, which is a lot of money. And here's the thing. He got that time. Joanna Saber, the judge, says that she's going to grant a one-time courtesy to delay the sentencing. And so rather than it happening on the 7th of February, it's going to be on the 25th of April. Now, she did also point out that he has not yet made any payments towards it. So she's extending him this courtesy, even though he hasn't really done much to deserve the goodwill. And as many people have pointed out, he's apparently earned more than $800,000 from being on Cameo, as well as in an upcoming documentary. So you would think he would have the money, but we're going to have to see. We've got a few months now before the actual sentencing. He's bought himself that time at least, Alex. What do you make of the continued travails of George Santos?
I mean, he is a master at the attention economy. The guy is unbelievable at keeping us talking about him. I mean, how does this guy still have an audience? All he does is lie, and it seems to get him more and more attention. So I think he's learned all the wrong lessons from his life experience, and it seems to be teaching a lot of people the wrong lessons as well. What are your thoughts on George?
I mean, I think he's got this weird charm, about him that most of the people who vote the way that he did and break the law the way that he did don't have. So he sort of has that going for him. That said, I'm glad he's not in elected office anymore. And I will not be overly sad if in a year or two he's no longer in the public eye at all.
It's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy because he's clearly literally a pathological liar. And yet sometimes he does have the vibe of being a truth teller who is willing to go places that nobody else is willing to go. And you don't really know if it's actually true or not, but you get the sense sometimes of like, I'm giving you inside gossip and tea that nobody else is willing to spread. And it's sort of a weird thing that he's been able to pull off.
Yeah. So every time you hear him speak, it's exciting because you don't know if you're getting extra access to the truth or if you're being totally conned.
Right.
So I like that. That's fun. Yeah.
When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?